started worrying about things like transmissible disease, HIV, mad cow disease became a big fear for a lot of people. So we're really more of a recovery, and that can't happen anymore. It can, but they would have to come here, do a 2-day training every year. They would have to be checked off on every time we have a change. Which Life Quilt, just so you guys know, we every year donate Life Northwest. Part of what we do for our bereavement process with families is we send them a form that they can make a quilt square in honor of their loved one, or recipients can make it in honor of their donor or whatever they want. And Donate Life puts them together every February, and then they're released and unveiled in April in honor of Donate Life Month. There are 13 now. The first 3 are retired. We have one of them that permanently hangs here. The Organ Bank has one of them, and then Donate Life has one of them as well. And so each year they'll retire one more. And so this year's, I believe, is going to the Tissue Bank. Denny Tishner's mom is on here. She's a cornea recipient. So we are going to go and we let them decorate it in honor of their loved one and send it back to us, and then we put it on the trees, and they're invited to come and look at the trees anytime they want. And so we just started this past year. We've almost filled 2 trees, and so we will be getting more trees around the office. This is Ashley. She's one of our supervising donor coordinators here. This is Tommy looking busy.
Yeah.
So this is Tommy. He's one of our donor coordinators. So, and I just explained that they take that first call and determine whether someone's eligible, go through the medical record. It's much bigger. It's our surgical microscope that will go into a clean room. As I mentioned, talking about DMEC, we need a surgical microscope to do that, and so that will go into a clean room. Right now, we have what is considered it's not technically a clean room, but we have our flow hoods in it, and so you guys can look through there if you want. Phil's doing a procedure right now. I believe he's doing eye or oh, is he doing ASED? One of the things that we recently started doing, if you guys read the recent Lion magazine, is what we call ASED. It's autologous serum eye drops. And what that is for people who have severe dry eye. Often when people have corneal issues, certain diseases will cause severe dry eye, and they have to be on different drops. There's medical drops like Restasis you can use. They're very expensive. They have a lot of side effects. You still have to put them in many, many times a day. Or lubricating drops that you sometimes have to put in like every 30 to 45 minutes. With ASED, what happens is we actually take blood. You probably wonder what's actually in them. The whole eye recovery, it just goes into something like this, and so when you pick up from the hospital and bring it to us, this is generally what you're picking up. Looks like that. Tonight. We will then take this, look at it under our slit lamp, determine whether it looks like it's suitable for transplant, and then we will, in a sterile procedure under our flow hood, actually remove the cornea and get it ready for transplant.
And you said only 5%?
Of the total referrals we get, who's eligible, and we go through the process, probably about 5%, yeah. Once we remove the cornea, it goes into an antibiotic type solution. This is what the surgeon actually gets, a little vial like this in this kind of pink liquid. They will then take it out, punch a little button, what we call a little button in the register, and then they hand count. You see these little dots on here that Dana's given us, little white. They hand count those, and it will give us a cell density of the entire cornea based on that small amount they did. And then it will give us a total amount. So this cell density is 2,045. So certain doctors want certain things. Generally 2,000 is the minimum that most want. Some are very picky and say, oh, really a lot of it is just based on the surgeon and what they feel comfortable with and what they think is important. There's not a lot of science sometimes behind it. Some doctors won't take a cornea from someone. You'll get this wherever you are, and you'll carry this and hand it back door. We always say more happens beyond the back door, but this is
that's it, eh?
That's what it is. And Rod. And I just explained about they're the people who are going to go through the charts and make sure everything looks safe and offer it out to the surgeons.
So we're kind of excited about this. This was the only intersection we saw that actually had a street light. And we just thought that was, at the time we didn't think that was great until we were there for a week and realized that when it comes to traffic, I think traffic's bad here. There's no lines on the streets, there's no street signs, there's no rules, there's a lot of cars. Close your eyes and go for it. Another example of some of the damage there, this was off the roof of the building. We were fortunate enough, we got to stay in Grace Village International has a compound there in Haiti where they operate. They're building a children's hospital there. They have a girls' home, a boys' home. They have a home for widows that they're maintaining. And I think there's about 200 churches that they're involved in Haiti. And actually it's a Haitian family that's been in ministry.
And it was a year and a half of laboratory experimenting before we came up with the breakthrough. But like I said, it was about a year of failure, and and that's pretty discouraging when you try something that doesn't work, try something that doesn't work, try something that doesn't work. But if you have a mission and you have an idea that yes, it will work if I just stick with it, then you can keep going. The hard part is convincing people that are paying the money for the lab to stick with it, and they did. And that was just fantastic. So now we have one of the best labs in the country for doing new research, and it's just progressed. So,
thank you, Dr. Terry.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you for your hard work.
I think we all feel better. You guys pair of glasses.
Anybody?
Anyone?
Anybody have cataract surgery? Okay. When you have cataract surgery, it will come, right? I have opacities too, so I'm early 50s. But sometimes you need your lenses replaced, and you get a film on the back of your lens. And we have a laser that actually removes that film so your lens remains clear, and that's not unusual. We have a lot of treat a lot of diabetic disease in our retina clinic, and there are lasers that treat diabetic disease. Also, if you have very strong glasses, my husband I can tell you his confidential information. He's a minor.